Hello there, Tony Buck here. There are 4 videos in my home energy reduction series: basement, first floor, second floor and attic. This video is number 4 and it's about the attic. If you need more information, go to powerdowncitizen.com. That's powerdowncitizen, one word, .com. Let's take a look at the attic. Okay, up here in the attic, you have to decide, is yours a used attic, somewhere you enjoy the space, or is it a closed off space where you go through a trap door and it's all dark and not used? Because that will depend on how you insulate it, okay? This is a used attic in my house. As you can see, there's an old closet door there. It's quite old, I haven't quite finished renovating it yet. So the insulation in a used attic goes on the ceiling of the attic or on the rafters above. You see that? I've got styrofoam up there and a mixture of fiberglass insulation as well. The insulation goes up there, but if this was an unfinished attic, somewhere we didn't use for space, it was just dark and dank, maybe you threw a few suitcases up there, then you insulate the floor. And it probably wouldn't have wooden flooring in, it would just be rafters, right? So then you insulate inside the rafters and you try and build it up to 12 inches minimum. You're trying to get an R40 or 50 resistance. That's at least 12 inches, okay? That goes on the ceiling of the second floor or third floor and on the floor of the attic if you don't use the attic. And then this space should be vented. There should be cold air in winter and warm air flowing through here in summer so that it's vented above the insulation. And that insulation is protecting your house from whatever is happening up here. But in the case of a finished attic like mine, the insulation goes up on the roof like this. Because, why? Because I want to be insulated here. I want to enjoy mild temperatures inside this space, so the roof holds back the heat and the cold, whereas if this wasn't finished, the last living space would be the next one down, and therefore we would insulate the floor. I just want to make that clear because a lot of people don't quite understand that. So, with that said, what's next? Let me mention what I call knee walls. That's a wall here which is sloping down and shorter than the regular wall because the roof is sloping like this. Now this knee wall needs to be insulated behind it, right? Because this is the warm space and that's a non-used space. Now one thing you can do with these knee walls, just as an aside, I cut holes between the joists and put cabinets back in there and then screw them around here and seal it up. That's a great way of getting extra space into your attic. So all the cabinetry, all the storage is back in the wall and not in here. Gives you more space. Now fortunately, I have a door into my space. So let's go in there and see what I did. So there's the attic space there. And here's the back of the wall on that knee wall. I just put like a really, maybe a R30 insulation on there, with the foil side to the living side, okay? The foil side or the paper side always goes to the living side to reflect the heat back into the space or the coolness, whatever you've got. Now out here, I don't need to insulate that wall because this floor is insulated and that wall is insulated, so I don't need to insulate that wall. This becomes a cold space in winter and a warm space in summer, and then it vents up through the joists to a fan actually at the top of my roof. Let me say something about fans for the attic. Some people have whole house fans, massive fans like this, and some have smaller fans that sit up in the ridge of the roof. Now most people put them on thermostats, which means they come on at the preset degrees, like 90 degrees, something like that. But I asked myself, why would you want to suck 95-degree humid air, which is what we get in Philadelphia area, in the afternoon through your house, when in fact your house is in shade? It's cooler inside your house usually than outside. So I like to put my fans on timers. Usually, say 3 in the afternoon to 7 in the morning. Now, and I wouldn't suck hot air through the house at 3 in the afternoon. This is for a fan that's in the attic sucking air up here to keep this cool. But the main thing is the cool air is in the night. So suck it through until 7 in the morning. Again, not on a thermostat, because when it's cooled it'll shut off. You want that cool air to keep going. So I shut the house down at 7 or 8 in the morning. I close the windows if I've managed to get all that cool air in at night. And it will stay cool until 3 in the afternoon without air conditioning. So I just wanted to share some of that experience with you, because I think fans are coming on too soon and sucking hot air into the house when they don't need to.